have a couple techniques, and I think this would be practical and what we could use. We do a 20-second affirmation daily. And that's a tough one, because you start running out of things in 12, 13 years. But they're reminders. One day it might be physical. You know what? It turns me on when I see you dressed like this. It's great. You light me up. That's awesome. Or it could be, hey, words of affirmations in terms of you tell me that really meant a lot to me the other day. Yeah. But with her, it's, hey, what's on your radar today? And is there anything I can do to help? You do that with your family members in general. Even my kids at 9 and 11. Hey, what's on your radar today? Well, I'd really love it. Well, right now it's all video games and free time. Yeah. Well, fine, I get it. But they just need to know that it's on my radar with them. You start doing that with human beings around you. It's really, really important that they know what the score is when they're going to be around you. Yeah. That it's not a time suck. So I would just say, I would love to know for you, when you get to a level of influence, you become a magnet. Because that sort of a person that's living with that kind of an intention, Christ's a great example. Right. You can start getting a lot of attention. People want to spend time with you. Hey, can I get with you? Can I have coffee? What's your filter that you could tell with somebody? It's like, now you got 1 million friends. And we want that. But how do you strategically put boundaries on that to where you're not now trying to meet everybody's needs, but staying focused on your wife, your children, your immediate family, but then there's that few select that you run with. What's your filter for that on deciphering?
No, here's the good news for all of us, that every place that's important in our lives is founded in relationships. In the context of my family life, wife and kids, in the context of my professional life, in the context of what I'm doing for the kingdom, everything's about relationships. These 7 ideas that we've talked about this month are the tools in a relational toolbox. I want to be able to make sure that I'm working on the relationship every single encounter I have with anybody that I'm alongside. Yeah. I want to use one or more of those tools every time I'm with them. It may be in the honor piece and saying, boy, you know what? I saw what you just did, and I think that was great. I haven't seen anybody do that well in a long time. Yeah. Or where are you over your head right now? Where do you think you'd rather call in sick than step up to the plate? And finding out, and if it's something that I think they can do well, it's an opportunity for encouragement for me to inject a little courage on the flash drive and download into them before I leave. Totally. A forgiveness piece that says, boy, you know what? We left on sort of bad terms last time. Let me just tell you, I'm over that. I understand why that happened, and there's no problem in us starting off on a good foot today, because that's behind us and it's never going to come up again. Or the availability piece. This is one that hits me all the time. Availability says, I'm going to be available for you, full attention with you. I'm shutting off my screen. I'm putting it back in my pocket. It's now 100% us.
Yeah, right now.
Boy, and if I can use one or more of those 7 tools, it's not having 30 tools, it's 7 tools. Yeah. I can understand each of them, how to use them, how to practice them. Yep. And if I just develop the disciplines, remember we're talking about habits in this series. Yeah. If I can develop the habit of pulling one of those tools out every time I'm with anybody and leaving a positive taste in their mouth. Yep. Compassion. Boy, I just heard about your mom, and I'm so sorry to know that you're having to deal with that. Is it her first bout with cancer? Yeah. Has it been a problem in your family in the past? How can I pray for you? Boy, compassion becomes an imprint that they will not soon forget. So I just condition myself to recognize that in every personal encounter, I want to pull one of those 7 tools out of my relational toolbox. Yeah. Use it before I leave, so that the parting effect is always positive.